Perfection. What is it? Is it even possible to achieve? Well, let me put it this way. Does the dew of a ficus leaf taste the same on a cold autumn night and a warm spring morning? I'm not sure. I've never tasted it before. This video is about Celeste. For the past year, I've had the dream of achieving a perfect 100% Celeste save file and getting myself added to the list, a document compiling all the people with a large enough mental illness to get the farewell golden berry. There was only one problem. It's hard. Like really hard. Like harder than in a room full of. Despite the fact that the challenge was so much more difficult than anything else I'd done in this game, and frankly wasting way more of my time on this than I should have, I kept going. The only thing on my mind was getting my name onto the list of depravity. Well, that and the thought of hundreds of people I don't know saying GG in the comments for that sweet, sweet external validation I need to survive. Until finally, with unwavering determination and stubbornness, with my victory on the horizon and my past failures being remembered, I don't actually remember the names of the rest of the checkpoints, but I got the berry. But before we get into the run, I know you sick bastards want to see me suffer, so here's a compilation of probably some of the goofiest Celeste deaths you'll ever see. Alright, it's time to show off the most pristine farewell Celeste run you've ever seen in your entire life. It starts off with that really awkward Event Horizon missed wall bounce. I swear, I know it's beginner tech, I'm not bad at the game, I promise. But before we get into the actual run, there's someone I need to expose real quick. So there's this guy in my Discord server, link in the comments, who has been racing me to get the farewell golden berry ever since I started grinding for it. And today, he posts I fucking did it in the achievements channel, puts me in the thumbnail of his video, and mocks me in the comments. It's outrageous. Little does he know, while he sat here mocking me, I have the farewell golden run on my desktop yesterday, 12:20 p.m. absolutely rolled. Now I'm kidding, obviously, it's all in good fun, love that guy. Link to his farewell run is in the description. It's not as clean as mine, but it's alright, I guess. I'm cool with him. You know who I'm not cool with? The comment section on that video. It's crazy disrespectful over there. Look at this one guy, look at this one guy. It was hardly even a race to begin with. That is so disrespectful. Look at this other guy. There's actually not a single other negative comment. They're all just, everyone else is just really supportive. I'm trying to spin a narrative here. Why does the Celeste community have to be so nice, man? I hate it. I think there needs to be more drama in the Celeste community, so if there's any YouTubers who want to start beef, hit me up. Now, I've just realized we're a minute into the run already and I haven't talked about the game once. It's because this first checkpoint is so boring. Not much really happens. It's kind of uneventful. At this point in my grind sesh, I've done like, what, 400, 500 attempts of this game. I've got this checkpoint down, man. Every single time I died on this checkpoint, I would think to myself a little more, you know, maybe I should have just stuck with Stardew Valley. Maybe I'll become a Stardew Valley YouTuber instead, but I always just come crawling back. The addiction is too strong. And now we're on Power Source, which is personally my least favorite checkpoint in the run, for reasons I'll get into later. But for now, you'll notice that unfortunately I've had to mute this section of the game's audio because my smoking hot girlfriend has just barged into the room and is now begging me to have sex with her. But I tell her, babe, I'm busy playing Celeste right now, go away. Ugh, she's so annoying. But in this next room, I lead off with an ultra because I always like to try and race this bird. I hate this bird. I always go super fast. I zoom, and in this room, I barely edge out the bird. Huge, you stupid dumb bird. Get absolutely rolled. The record is now 247-3. The bird usually beats me by a lot. I miss the jelly here, which is kind of embarrassing, but not as embarrassing as sometimes, because sometimes I try to do this like jelly thing where I go up. Sometimes my jelly just ends up in a completely different place. I think one of the deaths in the death compilation was just me like way off course here. That was way more embarrassing. I've had to mute the audio here again because, you know, girlfriend, she's so needy, always trying to sex me. It's awful. But you'll notice that instead of doing the funny skip where I take the jelly up to the bubble and I just skip all these rooms, I actually do the rooms instead. Which I know I could learn this skip, but frankly I've invested so much time into this. This is already sunk cost fallacy territory. I just do the rooms every time. They're super consistent. I like never die to them except for that one room that I do die to, but let's not talk about that one. And this brings me to the reason why this checkpoint is my least favorite checkpoint in the run. Because I can separate Farewell into two different chunks. The hard part, which is remembered on, and then the easy part, which is the first two checkpoints, which I can do like 95% of the time. So it's essentially I have to do a beginner golden every single new attempt before I start a real attempt to see if it's good. And it's just so boring to do over and over, man. I need to find like a podcast or something. I need to get like the Joe Rogan experience up in here or something like that. I don't even know. Actually, you know what? I take back what I said before about needing to start beef with YouTubers. I need to start a podcast with some YouTubers. If there's any YouTubers out there who want to be best buds forever and make a lot of money doing it, let me know. I just finished Power Source, so now I just have to put all these keys in their holes. It's something my girlfriend really wants, and go up in this bubble. And now I just sit here, you know, get a little stretch in, you know, relax, shoulders back, back arched, and now I'm on to Remembered, which just so happens to be my least favorite checkpoint in the run, for two rooms that I will show you when they come up. This room, you know what, I don't have a quarrel with this room. This room is so chill, it's pretty. This room, hate this room, massive quarrel with this room. Not a fan. I don't know, something about this jump right here just irked me so terribly for so many days. I haven't been dying to it recently all that much, but there was a period of time when like 60% of runs ended there. I don't know if that's a real statistic or not. I didn't spend the time downloading like consistency tracker because I don't know how to set that up. I'm not smart enough for this technology stuff, but it was something in that ballpark. Speaking of ballpark, I was about at that time in my grind session where I didn't remember the last time I went outside. It was kind of bad, so after I finish editing this video, maybe I'll go outside one day. Who knows? We'll see. But, oh man, I miss vitamin D. Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, Celeste, right. Remembered is kind of free. I mean, yeah, there were those two rooms I was talking about, but other than that, it's really like not that big a deal, man. Like, I don't know why we're stressing, man. It's like pretty, it's got nice music, it's got the pretty background, it's got this series of rooms here with one pufferfish jump each. If you're grinding goldens and you have a death on one of these, quit, give up, change your ways. So this isn't the path for you. You chose the wrong thing to do with your life. Go outside, find a partner, have kids, do loser things like that because you're not welcome in the Celeste Cool Kids Club. And this is my issue with Remembered, is that it lulls you into a false sense of security with these easy rooms and then boom, hits you with this one and it's over for you. This is like top 3 most inconsistent rooms in all of Farewell. It might be like right behind Final Room. This part here, awful, absolutely dog water. Why did they make that? They didn't have to make that. That was the other of the two rooms I didn't like, in case that wasn't abundantly clear. But this part's easy, at least. It goes back to lulling you into a false sense of security before the hardest part in the whole thing. Anyway, get that heart, map's over, just kidding, it's not over, why isn't it over, I hate this. You can clearly see here that I did not in fact learn my lesson from the Dashers Plus video, but I do leave the dumb bird in the dust for the second time this run. Absolutely rolled loser, you're like Lightning McQueen in that one movie, it's over for you. So I can't say I'm proud of this, but I just died on this room 2 runs in a row, so I'm a little upset at it. So after I complete it here, you can hear me say under my breath, suck my dick. Very mature of me, I know. Here, Madeline gets crushed by a bunch of falling rocks, but it's okay because they never actually nerfed her, so she's still got the powers of a god. Now we're on to Event Horizon, which I have to say, definitely my least favorite checkpoint of the run, simply because of how all its rooms have no margin for error. It's crazy. I even had a death on that 3 Ultra Dash room before. I don't even know what they're called, but I died on that room once. That was super, super embarrassing. Yeah, Event Horizon just has a bunch of super precise rooms, which in of itself isn't terrible, but through this Celeste experience, I've learned a lot about myself as a person, specifically that I have a really bad job controlling my nerves, and I used to get really nervous every time I entered Event Horizon, which led to me, you know, never completing Event Horizon, so this was a big roadblock for me for a while, until eventually I became so dead inside from all the Event Horizon deaths, it just stopped registering in my brain. Oh, I'm gonna run into the spot. I'm just kidding. It's fine. Yeah. Also, this wall bounce, surprisingly tight. I had a couple deaths there. Something about the beginner tech, I'm telling you, man. These wall bounces, they're tough. I could not tell you why. Another wall bounce in that room, and that room's also, like, needlessly difficult. I had some of my top 3 dumbest deaths all time on that room. It's wild. But you know what? Forget all that negative talk. Forget all that negative Celeste talk. Let's talk about something positive, something everybody wants to talk about. Love. I love dream blocks. I wrote this little haiku for dream blocks. Dream blocks are so cool. Dream blocks are so cool. Dream blocks are so cool. Clap it up, everybody. That was beautiful. But now let's talk about another thing that everybody wants to talk about. Personal trauma. My personal trauma is from this room. I do not like this room. Personally, I know I could have learned the setups and lineups, but there's no fun in that. I sort of just eyeball it, which may say something about my character. I don't know what, probably only good things. Regardless of my troubled past, this is the last room in Event Horizon, and honestly, it's big, but it's super easy. I only had like 1 death on it the entire time, and it was the feather miss you saw in the compilation. It was awful. However, I did have to mute my audio for a bit, and I do pause here and I come back like 2 minutes later because unfortunately my girlfriend finally breaks in, yanks me out of the room, and I'm just kidding, I did some chores. Actually, I've been lying to you this whole time. I don't have a hot girlfriend. Can you believe that? Crippling loneliness aside, I come back and luckily don't die immediately because that was my greatest fear. I thought I was just going to hit left at the wrong time, run into the spikes, and probably cry for a couple minutes, but it's okay, I didn't. And I don't go for the moon boost because we saw how that ended for me. Didn't go well. I'm a changed man, I swear. Valent, you changed. Valent, you different. Nah, the only thing that changed is my bank account. Yeah? Real ones will know. Anyway, we're in determination now. This, I have to tell you, is my least favorite checkpoint of the run. Simply because it's like Event Horizon, but on crack. Every single room. It's like luck based. I don't get it. I get this checkpoint like 1/5 of the time. It's just like, what? I'm freaking mad at Maddie Thorson. I tore down my shrine of her as soon as I started grinding this because this checkpoint is just so bad. Even rooms that supposedly are easy and doable, I had deaths on. Like, how did I die on that room? Explain. And then there's core blocks and cycles in this next one, and like neutral, tight wall bounce, and then another core block. I just who thought this was a good idea? Also, I have a very unconventional strategy on this room. I don't know. I didn't get it from anywhere. I made it up myself. Surely there's a better way to do it, but I never died on it this way, and I told myself I wasn't going to change it until I died, and then it just never happened. But if you're looking for solid golden strats, don't do what I do. That's just a rule of thumb. Never do what I do for anything in your entire life. I cannot be a good role model for you in anything. If you want role models, watch Paw Patrol. That taught me everything I know about life. The first lesson Paw Patrol taught me was that recycling is useless because the recycling dog only does something in 1 episode. Why don't they ever use him? Now here we can see the 2 hardest rooms in the entire map back to back. I kid you not. Like this room, again, not the optimal golden strat. I just sort of run with it. Again, never really died on it, except for that one goofy, stupid death in the compilation. This room, however, I died on a double-digit number of times. This room was not kind to me, really. Like, this part here, even with the demo dash strat, I still clearly didn't practice it enough because I just don't have the patience for it, which again might say something about my character, which again, probably a good thing. I choose to live in denial. These wall bounces, again, this map just keeps throwing the wall bounces at you. Wall bounces are hard. Like low key, I could probably ultra more consistently than I could wall bounce. It's bad. As we're coming up to the end of determination here, I just like to take a second and thank everyone because the support has been absurd. Like, I think I have a 50,000 viewed video now and maybe like another one coming up on 50,000 views. I personally don't understand it. Like, my channel hit 2,000 views in a day like 4 times before this month, and it hasn't dropped beneath 2,000 views a day this entire month. I don't get it, but regardless, thank you so much for watching. Seriously, it means the world. I'll probably do like a funny thing at 5,000 subscribers. I don't know, I haven't thought that far ahead. But I did it. Yay. Stubbornness. Oh, yeah, let me be perfectly honest for a second. Stubbornness is probably my least favorite checkpoint of the run. Simply because of one room. Just because of this one. Hate this room with a burning passion. I got to this room 5 times total. I died on it 3 of those 5 times. It just hates me. Despises me. But it worked out here. The rest of the checkpoint, low-key, kind of free. This room's kind of scary, but usually it works out. Sometimes I do a goofy. Luckily, didn't do a goofy there. I might still do a goofy. Who knows? Gotta keep that viewer retention up. Guess you gotta stick around to find out if I'm gonna do a goofy. Ooh, big mystery. A video titled Farewell Goldenberry. Is he gonna get the Goldenberry? Who knows? I know you're on the edge of your seat right now, with your back probably in like a C shape, like 90 degree, shoulders all the way forward, because that's like the average Celeste player posture. Don't worry, I get it. I'm not judging. I'm working on it too. Okay, I'm judging a little bit, but straighten up right now. I'm not talking sexuality, I'm talking about the back. Please don't cancel me. Back to the game, I had a death on this room once too. This is another reason why stubbornness is probably my D1 op, but all in all, stubbornness, kind of a good checkpoint. I kind of like it. But luckily, we made it into reconciliation. And at this point, man, I can feel my heart beat. It is going like a mile a minute. It's just going. I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but I can make that sound with my throat. I think that's pretty cool. That's probably my one and only talent, along with being able to do the first 2 checkpoints of this map, probably blindfolded. Maybe that'll be a future video. But anyway, I'm stressed. Reconciliation, oh my god, reconciliation. So in my Dashless Plus video, I got cocky. I said, hey, reconciliation is free. I can do the rest of the map deathless. And then I died 3 more times. 3 more times. That can't be me again. Except I got into reconciliation once before. And I was cocky again. And then I died to the same room again. So clearly I don't learn from my mistakes. This is why I'm not role model material. I am podcast material though, I'm serious, hit me up. Have I mentioned that reconciliation is probably my least favorite checkpoint of the run? Because it is. Every time I do it in practice, I do it flawlessly. No problem, 0 deaths. But the problem is, as soon as I get into an actual run, I mentioned before how I had the nerve problem. The nerves are amplified like 5 times, and I can never do it in a real run. It's so bad. And the thing is, the checkpoint is so long. So there's so many instances for dumb mistakes, and it feels, whenever you make a mistake, it feels so dumb because the rooms are easy, they're free, they're doable, but it just never works out because the game hates you. The game hates me in particular. It's awful. I love Tight Feather gameplay with a heart rate of 140 BPM. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, Monica. It's not Monica. It might as well be Monica with this map design. Anyway, I have this weird strat for this room. It's kind of unconventional. Check this out, trust. Oh, I'm falling. Just kidding. It's consistent. It looks dumb. I swear it works. I think it works. I don't actually. Probably works. So on this next room, I have a bit of a close call, and if you've been paying attention in this checkpoint, you'll have noticed that I've almost died like twice already. The nerves are really getting to me, and also I'm not very good at the game. But here it's just like, whoa, whoa, I took my hands off the keyboard for a second. I just accepted my fate. I was like, shit, gotta play this map for another billion hours. But Celeste gods, Maddie Thorson has blessed me. I'm gonna put the shrine back up. I'm sorry for what I did. I desecrated it. That is completely my bad. Thank you, Celeste Jesus. Appreciate you. What you'll see from this room is that I actually play it way more aggressive than I should. This is a subtle nod to the fact that I have not changed at all and really should consider just dialing it back a little bit, because this type of speedrunning behavior, like 20 minutes into a deathless run, is unhealthy. I need to work on that. We're entering the final stretch of dedication. We're far beyond the second half now. We're getting close. This is when things get serious. This is when I know that if I die here, I'm not going to forgive myself. I'm going to have nightmares about it. It's going to be bad. So naturally, this is when things get intense. So this next room here is about to be the most mind-numbing, breathtaking, it's the most boring room in the whole map. God damn it, why did you put this here? It takes so long. Even when I was like thinking of what I could do for this room, I was like, huh, there's absolutely nothing here. It's just go against the spring 5 times, then you go against another spring, and then you go against, get this, another spring. Mind-blowing stuff. I'm just, you know what, I'm not even gonna acknowledge this room. I'm just gonna keep bashing that other room just because of how simply terrible it is. This room, okay, this room, it doesn't look exactly stellar, creatively speaking. It just sort of looks like a bunch of blocks. But that last room, oh my god. Here, I pause a little bit because this is my PB room and I don't want to freak out. So naturally, I get in the room and I immediately freak out. You'll see what I do. This here, it's supposed to be a wave dash. It's just, I completely forget to do it and I almost jump right into the electricity. And then I almost die there and I almost die there. So basically, I don't know what I was doing. I completely lucked my way through that. Now we're on to this next room and this is, now I'm nervous. And fun fact, I've genuinely had a nightmare about this room. Like, this room was straight up in my nightmare. I'm not even making that up. I dreamt about this. It's really depressing to think about, honestly. But now we're in the last 3 rooms. This room, free. But this is the last free room. That's the problem. The next 2 rooms, both, I don't appreciate it. I usually moon boost there, but again, high stress situation. Not a fan. Here, sometimes I miss the bird. Just sometimes out of nowhere I miss the bird and then I die, and then I told myself I would cry if that happened. But now, finally, after all that, we're in the last room. Farewell. Gotta be my least favorite checkpoint of the run. Doesn't even need explaining. It's just a big room, huge room, so much room for error. This, funnily enough, the start, which used to be the hardest part, is actually now the most consistent part. And now the end, the end is complete luck. I don't understand how to do it. I probably could have used like save states or something to practice it, but I was like, nah, I'll do it natural. I'll do it raw. So I got this golden raw, in case any of you are wondering. No save states, no like F5 maps. I raw dogged it. Now that all of you have the mental image of me raw dogging a golden berry, I would just like to remind you that I am absolutely freaking out. Like, I've never been this nervous in my entire life. My adrenaline is through the roof. I just want to get this Jerry so bad. By the way, Jerry, that's a fun little name I trademarked for it. It's like golden berry, like Gerry, like Jerry. The reason I say Jerry and not Gary is because I say GIF and not GIF, even though it doesn't really make any sense. Technically, it should be Gary, but that's like lame. That's like SpongeBob's snail. No one likes that motherfucker. I'm rambling on and on like this to distract you, the audience, from the fact that if I stopped talking, you could probably hear my heartbeat and my breath, and it would be really ugly. For me personally, it would just be a bad look. You know, that would not be a certified girl boss moment, so I can't really appreciate that. We're coming up on the end of the room here, and I thought the last jelly part would be my only source of stress. No, I accidentally hit that spring, and I panicked for a second, but luckily, stick the landing, and now I get to stress about the unfun jelly part. Because this here, it's just luck. I genuinely, I never understood how to do it. I cross my fingers. I miss the dash crystal, but somehow get it anyway. Thank you, Celeste Jesus, once again. And I make it to the box, and here, I'm over the moon. I'm overjoyed. I thought I would die like 3 times to this room, but luckily Didn't happen once. Again, thank you, Celeste Jesus. Here, I do a little pop off because I'm like insanely happy. And so I freak out, but then my heart rate comes down. My breathing rate steadies. I had finally done it. Almost. Because we still got the golden room. And it was at this point in time that I realized, wait a minute. I thought it would be funny if I didn't practice the golden room. It's not that funny now. But anyway, now is when I whipped out my phone because I wanted to record my reaction. So here you go. Let me just set this up. Oh, please. Oh, I'm stressed. Oh, I'm so stressed. Okay, I got this though. All me. Okay, let me check this out. Okay, there's another one up there. But I can do this part, surely. Oh god, another wall bounce. Oh, they keep hitting me with this ultra difficult tech. I'm not ready for it. Oh. I'm way too nervous for this. I gave up and looked up a walkthrough, but I got this, I believe. Or my name's not... Oh, why did they have to add so many pufferfish, bro? Okay, I need to check out the walkthrough again. Please. I'm so close. Please. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Yes! Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck yeah. Holy shit. I have to be quiet because there might be bears, but oh my god. Yes! Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I know what I have to do now. 2 in a row? Nope, definitely not 2 in a row. At least I tried. Straight zeros, baby. Oh my, I'm actually emotional. This is enough to make a grown man cry. I never want to do another golden berry again. Look at that, straight goldens on every, wait, why do I only have 201 berries? Where am I? Wait, Golden Ridge? Oh my god, I forgot to collect the golden for Golden Ridge. I did it deathless, like on a whim, random practice run. Wait, no, does this mean I have to? Yippee, I did it. Now I'm finally gonna get invited onto the Joe Rogan Experience.